Let's go. Let's go. Oh my God. Hold on. Oh, it's so Trump's in court, right? There's no cameras during opening and closing statements, but there's some footage in there. We'll try and dig it up as the show's going on. I want to welcome you to the show because this is just one of those super fun days where Trump is just going to be like, oh, he's so miserable. Here, I'll show you. So he came out and he made a statement right before he went in, and some of you may have seen it already, but first of all, what a fucking idiot. Shut up. Like, how is your attorney, how is his attorney not just like leaping across and smacking their hand over his mouth and going, shut the fuck up? Oh my God. All right. So I'll show you in a second. Hold on. Here's the statement. This might be better video of it. It's hard to find a good video of it. And I want to thank, Andrea put it in our staff chat this morning. Thank you for that. I found it on Forbes as well, which covers it. Whew. Oh, okay. Here we go. This is him walking out right now. If you haven't seen it. Yeah, we'll do a little bit of magic on it. He is. Oops, hold on. To my headphones so that I can turn my headphones up. It's a witch hunt. I'm a witch hunt. A witch hunt. He's late. All right, let's just skip forward. Skip forward. Skip to the end.
Man and wife.
Hold on. Think. By the way, Trump is lucky he doesn't have epilepsy because they, like, the amount of flash bulbs in this are rough. Okay, it doesn't do it justice in this angle, so I'm going to go to the other angle real quick and show you something. Watch this. Watch this dude's televangelist hair this morning. Because, good Lord, when he has the most televangelist hair I've ever seen him have. It's sprayed hard and plasticky. You'll see. The quality of the video isn't that good. Look at that. Look at that wisp right there. There it is. Look at that. Look at that. Jesus Christ. It looks like a Danish. I don't know what the hell that is. It looks like a clamshell. That's what it looks like. It looks like he's wearing a clamshell on his head. And he's got it. He wants it further over his forehead. So he whips it up. It's like if I took all of my long hair on like this side and just did a giant... I can't even do it. You know how much fucking spray you would need? It's an old tribble. That's amazing. I mean, come on. And the orange tan line? Yeah, right there. Whoop. You didn't even go in for because you can't go back farther because it pushes into the spray. Like, I guess there's so much hairspray there that they do the spray tan and then it doesn't stick or something. I don't know if it rejects it. We're all learning esthetician tips this morning. When do you guys finish playing Lee Greenwood? Can we just add that? And I'm proud to be Doogie Boogie Boo. He's doing the jacket jut. He hates it. He's so mad. That's one of his other lawyers that just walked by. This guy over here. That guy's just smiling like a dickhead through the whole trial so far. Sorry. I feel really good. I feel great. This is where I want to be. A year ago, this is exactly where I thought I would be. Also, for the record, he repeats verbatim what he wrote on Truth Social this morning with a little bit of extra stuff. I haven't watched all of it, but I saw the opening part of it. I wanted to save it so I could share it with you guys.
Yes, I am.
What's the volume?
Okay?
Someone's falling down a flight of steps in the background.
Thank you very much. This is a continuation of the single greatest witch hunt of all time.
I think the women who were burned at the stake in the 1600s would beg to differ, but whatever.
We have a rogue judge who rules that properties are worth a tiny fraction, 1/100th,
Oh, it's Dick Shrivel. He's coming right out of the gate with Dick Shrivel.
a tiny fraction of what they are.
Says my penis is. We have a porn star that watched Shark Week and gave me a hand job who says my penis is a tiny fraction of what I put on the form.
Actually are. We have a racist attorney general who's a horror show who ran on the basis that she was going to get
She's a black supremacist who hates orange people most of all.
Trump before she even knew anything about me. She used this to run for governor. She failed in her attempt to run for governor. She had virtually no polling. She came back and she said, well, now I'll go back to get Trump again. And this is what we have. It's a scam. It's a sham.
Well, which one? I think those mean different things.
Just so you know, my financial statements are phenomenal.
They're great. They're great. They're so good, I don't even need a worthless clause that says all of this could be bullshit.
They are actually less in terms of the numbers used than the actual net worth. The actual net worth is substantially more. No bank was affected. No bank was hurt. They don't even know.
Yeah, they just didn't have money to loan to other people who fucking deserved it because you sucked it all up with your bullshit.
Why they have to be involved. And they've so testified. They can't believe that they're involved because they were paid back on time. There were no defaults. There were no problems.
Yeah, but you had to arrange an early payback and an extra payments through really sketchy fucking Deutsche Bank Russian loans to cover your ass because you never could have paid them off. It was fraud. If it wasn't for the Russians bailing this motherfucker out, he would, his whole empire would have. All right, it's still going to. It doesn't matter.
And it was like a perfect client.
It's like a perfect client, a perfect phone call, and a perfect everything. It's perfect, and you can tell it's perfect because I'm in fucking court again.
In the meantime, people are being murdered all over the sidewalks of New York.
Really? No one's being killed in the buildings? That seems weird. From what I've seen of New York, I mean, I would think that there was some killings going on, at least in some hotels. I watch a lot of true crime. Just on the sidewalks, though. Okay.
There was no victim here. The banks were represented by the best, biggest, most prestigious law firms in the state of New York, actually.
I bullshitted the best.
In the country. Some of the biggest and best law firms. In all cases, the biggest and best law firms. That's who represented them.
And by the way, that's Jason Miller, the guy who doped a stripper that he got pregnant to try and force her to have an abortion. Always a good guy to have, right there. Who among you wouldn't be comfortable walking around all the time, going into court with a dude who fucking dosed a stripper to force her to have an abortion against her will? I have a new, why the fuck is that okay with anyone? All right. I have a new rant button. I'm going to be trying it out.
Banks got back their money. Again,
Thanks, Putin.
there was never a default. There was never a problem. Everything was perfect.
Yeah, it's all perfect. I shuffled money around. I bullshitted a new group of people. Now I got this maggot banker who's just feeding me cash to cover my payments. So I'm never going to default again. I could at least cover the interest because of this motherfucker loaning me the amount of money I need to keep my loans current, even if I never pay off the interest. While I take out loans on the property I can't even afford the interest on, it's Armando Martelongo on fucking crack.
There was no crime. The crime is against me.
Boo-hoo.
Because we have a corrupt district attorney, but we have a corrupt attorney general. And it all comes down from the DOJ. They're totally coordinated this in Washington because I'm the leading candidate. I'm leading Biden by 10 points. And I'm leading the Republicans by 50 and 60 points. That's pretty.
Biden just beat him by 14 points in the New Hampshire poll. He's like, fuck!
pretty much, they say, over.
In all the states that have a lot of people in them, you'll watch. He does this lately. He's like, we won so many counties. I'm like, all right. Congressional districts have to have a certain number of people. Counties don't. You can have a county that's like thousands of square miles, tens of thousands of square miles, with a fucking dozen people in it. There's a county that encompasses most of Death Valley. And I want all 8 people there.
I never accept that, but they say it's over. This has to do with election interference, plain and simple.
That's why I started running earlier than anyone else, because they told me that I was going to be indicted. So I figured this is my best way to, like, murder the jury pool.
They're trying to damage me so that I don't do as well as I'm doing in the election. Our country's gone to hell. A country that's in decline, serious decline. We have a man running our country who has no clue.
I'm surprised he was even able to get to the courthouse. I mean, I hope he arrived in an SUV, because driving over all those dead bodies and zombie corpses and heroin needles through New York. I mean, did he land? Did he have to do one of those boat planes, because the airports are destroyed? Obviously it's not just the rain. It's obviously criminess.
Doesn't know what he's doing, and you know it better than anybody because you have to cover him.
Ass kisser.
What they've done with open borders, what they've done with interest rates and taxes.
The Fed does that, dum-dum.
It's a disgrace. So what we have here is an attempt to hurt me in an election. It's an attempt.
Everybody's going, quit it, quiet, shut up. People want to start asking him questions, because he's just pontificating.
To hurt me in an election.
Aw.
This never happened before.
Well, we've never had somebody this crimey before.
Where President of the United States leaves office and gets indicted.
Well, yeah, that's because Nixon was nice enough to resign in disgrace and keep his nose clean after. Also, it wasn't because of ongoing criminality that he'd done before he got in fucking office. And the last time we had potentially a president as crimey as this asshole, we didn't have cars.
And the reason I got indicted was that I ran. If I didn't run, I'd be sitting right now at a beach like Biden does every time, even though he's supposed to be working.
Well, hold on. If you don't like what he does while he's working, then wouldn't you want him to not work? Also, he was there for 4 days.
Very simply put, it's a witch hunt. It's a disgrace. We have a corrupt attorney general in this state. You see how...
We also have a physical gesture that we do, which is weird, which is this kind of rolling heel to toe, accordion, squishing, thrusting with the groin. I am fucking the press. I don't know what that is. It's so weird. And he does have, in all fairness to the guy from Flock of Seagulls, at least the guy from Flock of Seagulls had some height on his giant comb-over do, right?
How she does. This trial was railroaded and fast-tracked.
Railroaded and fast-tracked. No, you would be railroaded. The trial would be fast-tracked. Speedy trial is the right of every defendant, so I don't know why you wouldn't want a speedy trial if you're that fucking innocent.
The trial could have been brought years ago.
If it could have been brought years ago, how was it fast-tracked?
But they waited till I was right in the middle of my campaign.
Oh, so it was slow-rolled and then fast-tracked.
The same with other trials and indictments.
Yeah, they waited. They do this weird thing where in some cases, they build a case over a long time, and I guess during the time you're president, it's hard to go after you because your own head of the DOJ wouldn't allow you to be indicted as a sitting president. So that's going to obviously take a 4-year window out of your legal troubles. But then there's that other part where they had to wait till you actually committed the fucking crimes, like the documents case.
All run by DOJ, which is corrupt in Washington. Everything goes through them. They're all corrupt people. Frankly,
Sure.
Our country is corrupt.
Every bodega in New York is corrupt. You don't think really that when Best Buy has a deal, it's really a deal. They knew 6 months ago they were going to be 20% off at this time. Black Friday is bullshit. Our whole country is corrupt. I can't, You can't even get a fish delight and be sure that there's fish in it or that it's delightful. Our whole country is corrupt. Well, it is now, sure, yeah. I guess the 4 years you were in there, the whole country was downright Christian.
And that's one of the reasons I'm running. We're going to straighten it out.
Like you did last time. So I guess right after this, you're going to go talk to... You're going to go talk to Jared right after this? It is... You have to cut the deal with the Saudis. It's just not right. Uh-huh.
They have one property that's worth anywhere from 50 to 100 times what this judge put down as a value.
He means Mar-a-Lago. So the judge said Mar-a-Lago's worth $18 million. Like, it's listed as like 27. And like, that was the max or whatever. That was what he put down. He put that down for tax purposes. It was $27 million. But he tells the banks it's worth $500 million.
You put down a value, $18 million, and the property's probably worth, could be anywhere from 50 to 100 times more than that.
Sorry. Yeah.
And a lot of those numbers could even be low.
He's doing the math in his head. 180 million. Wait. 50 to 100. 1.8 million. 1.8 billion. 18. What is it? That might be. Yeah, it's probably worth $2 billion. Mar-a-Lago is not worth $1.8 billion. No, it isn't. What? I know.
Have other properties the same thing, so he...
Yeah, all of his other properties are worth 100 times what the guy listed it at. What the shit?
He valued everything. I didn't even put in my best asset, which is the brand, in terms...
Yeah, that's right. That could be anywhere from 3 to 6, 9 billion. It's whatever I say it is. My brand, even as it goes down the toilet, is worth... Fuck you. Right, exactly. So pay taxes on 1.8 billion, you fuckhead. You know what we should do? New York should pass a brand tax. Whatever a company values their brand as, they should have to pay taxes on it. Kind of, you know, like it just for schools and stuff. It's allocated directly.
There's a value. Coca-Cola, take a look at their value. They have a value. The value of their brand is more than everything else put together.
Well, yeah, because the product is sold every day on shelves in every store around the world consistently, and therefore they spend a lot of time getting that name out there. You're like an elite exclusive bullshitter. Also, check New Coke. Remember when that brand took a giant shit, didn't it? Remember the Pepsi challenge? You're being Pepsi challenged today. The Letitia James's brand has pushed past you. So people in New York are walking up to a table and taking a sip of two things, and they're going, that's not bad. And then going, what the fuck is that? They're going, this is Letitia James. That's Donald Trump. Ah, god damn it. Can I have some more Letitia James to wash this down with? Shit. I just love this.
My brand is extremely valuable. I didn't even use it in my financials. If I
No, you did it. You used it to defraud the banks.
wanted to build up a financial statement, I would have built it up by using brand in addition to everything else. We have the greatest...
By the way, the Hal Sparks brand is fucking money right now. I'm just saying. I mean, here's the problem I have with adding the Hal Sparks brand to my financials, if I ever tried something like this, is I'm fucking priceless. You know why? Because I bring smarts and joy to people, and in most cases, free. How do you like that? That's brand. That's a brand, motherfucker. That's a brand. Oh, thanks. Yes. This motherfucker, it can't be a person unless he can put a number next to what his name is worth. You know how fucked up that is?
Properties. We have among the greatest properties in the world, and I have to go through this.
We have among the greatest indebted properties.
For political reasons.
No, because you are, basically, you outed yourself amongst all the cretinous, lying, manipulative New York real estate monsters that are out there. You were always at the front of it because you wanted to be, and you drew more fire because you were so ragingly full of shit. And eventually it came home to roost.
Judge is a politician. He comes out of the clubs. He's running unopposed. The reason he's unopposed is because he's getting Trump.
Right, because the entire populace of New York knows you're a fraud. Also, attacking the judge in a bench trial when this dipshit over here, Alina Habba, forgot to file the form to get you a jury trial, which is what you wanted because you thought you could manipulate 12 randos in New York better than you could a fucking judge who actually knows what he's reading. If you're mad at anybody, get mad at Alina Habba, you dumbass. Fuck that. Don't even be mad at her. You hired her. Be mad at yourself. And Jason Miller for being a complete fucking scumbag.
They always run opposed. He's getting Trump. The bosses say, don't run against this guy.
The bosses. Yeah. The smoke-filled rooms where the elites meet.
He's doing great.
Which he used to say he ran around in. I think there's only two reasons why the elites in the smoke-filled rooms would turn on you, right? One is they want your share of the pie. And in this case, most of his properties are such shit or in such trouble. It's not like they're trying to get these snazzy buildings. They kind of don't give a fuck. They like their own. The other reason is that you're drawing too much attention to them and you're fucking it up for everybody. So when you're, it's like when the mob gets rid of a loudmouth, right? That would be the only, reason why the guy who comes out of the clubs or whatever. Also, motherfucker, you run the clubs. You run the club. You have, what do you think your golf courses are for? They're basically just divvy up meeting rooms for elite assholes to walk around going, hey, who are we going to fuck this week?
He's getting Trump.
How your evictions going, Sam? They're good. Yeah, they're good. They're good. Really good. About as good as a 300-yard. Why, that son of a bitch. I sliced. Whatever.
But he overplayed his hand, and he should be investigated for what he's done. What he did in undervaluing these properties is a
he looked at the actual assessments that you paid for.
Disgrace to our nation.
Patricia.
This shouldn't be a case. One other thing.
Okay, yeah, keep digging, dickhead. One other thing. Also, fuck the people of New York, and, if a single jury of these dickheads ever sat in front of me, I'd spit in their fucking faces because they're all liars and the whole city's corrupted. Hey, Alina, do you think that'll eliminate my other jury trial because they can't find a jury because of what I just said? Well,
We have a clause in the contract which tells, essentially, buyer beware.
Oh my God. He's talking about the worthless clause. He's talking about the page on there that goes, these are my financials, but they might be bullshit. I really don't know. It's up to you. You look everything up. But my stuff, this is what I say it is. And it says, buyer beware. This is Donald Trump. He's compulsively full of shit.
The contract is very, very, if you take a look and you speak to the banks, and you will, I hope you speak to the banks, because the banks got paid in full. I hope you speak to the banks. But we have a clause in the contract. It's like a buyer beware clause. It says,
you're dealing with Donald Trump. You know he's full of shit.
When you take a look at the financial statement, don't believe anything you read.
Perfect defense. I can't think, yes, caveat emptor. I cannot think of a better defense to go into a court. Well, I'm sold. This is what, Your Honor, look at me. Everybody knows I'm full of shit. It's their fault. It's called Lemon Automotive. What the fuck? Yes, I told him it was a great car and all that kind of stuff, and I gave him a test drive or whatever, but I said, as they were rolling away, I was like, you might want to have a mechanic look at that. And then they didn't listen. Okay. Lemon Automotive is a thriving business, Your Honor, and you attacking me is clearly a sign that you're racist against the Lemonarians.
This is up front. Don't believe anything you read. Some people.
This is look at her face. Look at Jason Miller right now. What the fuck? What the fuck? Lemon University. That's right. We're gonna open Lemon University.
We'll go to worthless clause because it makes the statement and anything you read in the statement worthless. It says,
fuck. That, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you to the day where Donald Trump is arguing for his own worthlessness. I have to say, it's a lovely day. It's a good Monday, as Mondays go. I'm very excited about this. Tara Dublin, I think, is going to be joining us in the next hour. We will definitely have to discuss just how worthless Donald Trump is. My question is, does he do a worthless clause with the whole MAGA thing? Because he didn't seem to. He seemed to be, there wasn't a little asterisk. And then the bottom says Mexico won't actually pay for the wall, and the wall, once it's up, won't do shit to stop anything, people coming across, whatever, and stuff. And even when I say it's finished, I really meant that it needed to, 300 more miles, and I'm not going to get money for it, and I blame everybody for my problems. And the tax cut that I made wasn't for corporations and people. The corporate one was permanent, but the people got fucked, and and I added $7 trillion to the debt, and I'm almost solely responsible for a third of our national debt. And I want to, if I came in, I'd do lower interest rates and a bigger tax cut as soon as I could, which would fuck the entire economy into a cocked hat. It's never where's the worthless clause for the voter?
Go out and do your own research. Go out and do your own due diligence. You have to study the statement carefully. Do not believe anything.
Look, I am pathologically a bullshitter.
In fact, it's so strong that people read it and they don't even accept it. They don't.
God damn, this is magic. I think Jason Miller's holding his hand. Look at this dude, man. I think he's just trying to sleep through it. But Jason Miller looks like he's holding his hands together so he doesn't go, get the fuck out of here. Push him into the room. At least save it for the judge, and we can stand up and go, objection, Your Honor, you're leading the witness. He's your defendant. I know what you mean, but he's an idiot, Your Honor. He's an idiot. Your Honor, we would like to throw him on the mercy of the court. I'd like to throw myself on the mercy of the court as his lawyer. I don't know what the rat fuck he's talking about.
They don't even want it. They don't even use it. It's called a disclaimer clause. It's
called a disclaimer clause. No, it isn't.
Common. If you put it in, if you don't have time to do statements, or even if you do have time, people like to have it.
Yeah. Tell us how it works. Tell us all about business. You know what? Fuck it. It's in Art of the Deal, chapter 13, I think.
This is what's called
or chapter 11, maybe. I always get those mixed up.
Full disclaimer. We disclaim.
I diss the claim I just made. That's why they call it a disclaimer. I just the amount, here I am like an idiot. It's so stupid. It's the oh, this is like everybody in that room, everyone, his lawyers, reporters, Secret Service, the cops, the fucking secretary who's just trying to get through the hallway to get upstairs, who can hear this, is going, oh my God, this guy's an idiot.
The financial statements. But even with a full disclaimer, which immediately takes you out of any fraud situation and any litigation. And by the way, when the Attorney General found out about the disclaimer.
Also, no, because I got news for you. You don't have a disclaimer statement when it comes to the taxes. Doesn't work that way.
She said, that's okay, let's go forward anyway. It's good publicity. These are corrupt people we're dealing with, the most corrupt people. We have a great company. I built a great company.
Your dad built a great company. You sold it for parts.
It's got tremendous value.
No, it does not. It's got diminishing value. They're knocking your name off of buildings as we speak. While this is going on.
Some of the greatest real estate assets in the world.
No. Well, golf courses if you turn them into apartment blocks.
And now I have to go before a rogue judge as a continuation of Russia, Russia, Russia.
Why would this be a continuation of this, dumb fuck? This is shit that you've been guilty of for decades.
As a continuation of the greatest witch hunt of all time. And I don't think the people of this country are going to stand for it.
Yeah, we're okay. I'm good. You guys good? Chat room, you good? I mean, I don't know. There might be some MAGA trolls in the crowd. Are you guys at the point where because this asshole lied to banks and lied to the IRS and opposite lies to maintain properties he would not have been able to afford otherwise and gamed the system based on his father's wealth as a second-generation idiot that, you know, that got a head start in ways you could never, ever, ever get in your own personal life. And he used it to sap money from banks that they could have loaned out to people like you, but they can't because a bunch of it was tied up in these bullshit properties, so much so that they had to throw good money after bad, giving this guy break after break and allowing him to have 6 bankruptcies so that their own bank wouldn't collapse. Post 2008, it got even more crucial, but you never would have gotten that break. You never would have gotten that shot. But I'm sure some of you are out there going, I can't wait to murder some of my fellow Americans or shoot up an FBI office simply because this asshole is getting busted for the fraudulent bullshit he's been. The motherfucker stole from vet charities. And you guys are like, you know what? I feel like breaking up 11 bankruptcies. Sorry, I didn't mean to undercount. You guys want to go harm your fellow Americans? You're going to go kill somebody? You're going to go burn down a building, you Antifa fucks? Or Pro-Tifa? Are you Pro-Tifa? Is that what it would be called? Right? Yeah, you're not going to stand for it. Hey, I got news for you. If he's the nominee, vote for him again. He's going to lose, but you can vote. I hope you do. Say your piece. And then go the fuck home and work for a living like the rest of us.
If I weren't leading in all the polls, or if I weren't running,
No, you were in trouble before you running. You gotta. Before you were running, Letitia James was running on going after you for all the fraud you committed in New York. So why the fuck would she care?
Wouldn't have any of these cases. I wouldn't be seeing you this morning, but I'll be seeing a lot of you because this is a horrible thing that's happening.
I'll be seeing a lot of you. What are you going to do? One-on-one sit-downs with everybody there?
To our country, and we've got to get
it. You know what he just did? You know what that was? Hold on 1 second. That statement.
These cases, I wouldn't be seeing you this morning, but I'll be seeing a lot of you.
This is his George W. Bush quote. And the people that tore down Trump, the Trump organization will be seeing all of us very soon, right? The press is the enemy of the people.
Because this is a horrible thing that's happening to our country.
It's not happening to our country. It is not happening to our country. It is happening to you. That's it.
And we've got to get it straightened away.
I agree. Straightened away. Right away to prison you go.
So we'll go in and see our rogue judge and we'll listen to this man and...
Uh-huh. And then he'll assign you a $600 million penalty, and you will try not to pay it, and then you will be forced to sell some of your buildings to pay it after you lose your appeals.
I think most people get it.
What, syphilis? No, just you.
People are getting it. I can tell you the voters getting it because every time they give me a fake indictment, I go up in the polls, and that's never happened before.
Yeah, it's not happening now. You're paying the pollsters. You literally paid the Wall Street Journal pollsters to give you a favorable number so they would report it.
But this is a disgrace. And you're going to go after this attorney general because she's turning off everybody from coming in. You know, I don't know if you...
She's turning off everybody from coming in. Okay, he was lost. He started a sentence and then didn't know how to finish it.
Take a look at the outflow of business. Businesses are fleeing New York.
Well, the criminal ones, sure. I mean, that's why you left. Also, again, look at the hair today. That's a fucking... That looks just like a seashell. He's sporting the seashell this morning.
Because of horrible attorney generals and judges.
That's right. Yeah, they're afraid to walk down the street at night because people in black robes are following them around with gavels, whacking them on the head.
Like we have.
Why would they fear them if they're not engaged in criminal activity? You're kind of making the case that Letitia James is driving out all the criminals so that real business people can actually make a living. Huh.
They go to other places where they can be treated fairly and with respect.
You mean like Florida? Which, who's the governor of that place again? He knows what he's doing. He's a pro.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.
Whoop. Yeah, that's the price of that big comb over right there. So you got two flaps right there, split right down the center. That's the back of his head. That is, it's not a good look. You gotta watch for that. You get under the wrong light, and it'll show some pink. You know, I'm a man in nearing his mid-50s. I understand the struggle is real.
Everybody back.
All right, everybody, back up. Oh wait, there's the judge. No, he hasn't entered yet. That's the bailiff or whatever. Well, I'm convinced. I honestly don't know how anybody could expect.
This morning, the former president will be seen.
Oh, yes, he will. Oh, yeah. Let's see if we can get some... do we have any Trump in court live? Him sitting there? Tammy Faye Baker vibes. Mic check, audio good. Thank you. All chats present. Thank you very much. Let's see. Live stream script text. Thank you guys so much. And also, sorry I didn't do a Sunday show yesterday. I had FaceTimes about my uncle all day yesterday. Members of families and that kind of stuff. This is a good look for him, though, I think. See, you could tell he looks to his right. His dominant eye is to his right, so he fixes his hair to his right. And that's why it looks okay to that side. He doesn't do the other side check or have somebody else do it, probably because of his ego.